Viewpoints On, episode 25. Big number.
Yeah, that means we're celebrating our silver anniversary.
Yeah, so I didn't get you anything.
Yeah, I didn't get you nothing either.
I got you a fork, but I'll give it to you later. It's a silver fork.
Let's get into the big news of the week for TV watchers.
Yes, big shocking development that we saw coming.
We heard weeks ago that one of the characters on House was going to kill themselves and it was going to come out of the blue and you were never going to be able to guess who it was. Well, we pretty much figured out who it was.
Yeah, the trailers kind of didn't show the character, so spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen it yet,
pause this, fast forward, turn the volume off. Kuttner, Kal Penn, killed himself, or he was murdered. That's what House thinks. But we don't know why, and, well, we know why he did it in real life. He did it because he got a job in the White House. He worked a lot during the election season to help Obama, and so he's like assistant public liaison for something. Right,
where he does a lot of stuff where he goes out and talks to the people and hears their concerns. So, I mean, you have to, it's a choice between a job at the White House or being on a TV show. You probably would choose the job at the White House because that's not something that everybody gets a chance to do.
Yeah, and he said he's taking a huge pay cut, so it's
obviously
huge pay cut.
But I guess this means my hopes are dashed for Harold and Kumar 3.
Yeah. Well, maybe they can have Neil Patrick Harris.
Dreams of dreams.
Harold and NPH go to White Castle. Yeah. Well, I think the whole, thing of the show is House always solves the mysteries.
Right.
He always figures things out, and this was an easy way to get something where there's no answers.
He can't figure this out, there's no answer, and the whole episode was him. First he was blaming the parents, and then he couldn't figure it out, and like you say, now in his head, the only way he can rationalize it is to think that Kuttner was murdered.
Yeah. And I think that's going to have an overreaching effect for the rest of the season. Well,
we've seen in the last couple of episodes, he's sort of been losing his mojo, as it were.
Yeah.
So.
And there is a I don't want to say rumor, there's a fact that Cutthroat Biatch is coming back as a figment of his imagination or something. So obviously, it's going to get worse for him before it gets better.
Sure.
But I think it's I don't want to say it's jumped the shark, but let me see how it plays with this before I make a decision. So
another big Fox show, Dollhouse.
Yes. Well,
they were
not big.
Well, big in the sense
that
I like it.
Yeah.
They were hyping up the episode from last week that they were going to wake up and they were going to know who they were, and it was like, oh, they're going to bust out of the dollhouse. They were calling it Dollhouse The Awakening and what's going to happen. And then you watch it and Joss Whedon does one of his classic fake outs, where
that
all
he did
along,
just like 2 weeks ago.
That's just what he does though.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was, all part of a plan, and the Dollhouse people knew what was up the whole time. So, I mean, it was really kind of cool the way they did it, but at the same time, it did advance the story a little bit. Yeah,
and we have, I think, 4 episodes left. 4 or 3.
Something like that.
It might be the end. We have like a 50-50 shot, I think. It's like, some people are talking it might get canceled, and some people are saying the DVR numbers are good enough.
I think they need to move it away from Fridays, because Fridays is just like a graveyard.
Well, the thing that made me mad is we had Fringe and Dollhouse were the big shows, the only real new shows that Fox were really going at, and you couldn't walk down the street or turn on TV without seeing something about Fringe.
Really?
It was just Fringe madness everywhere. They had like billboards, posters,
they were promoting
things on the internet, and then when it came to Dollhouse, it was like, where's the Dollhouse?
Right.
Where's the love? Couldn't they have, like, pushed Fringe, like, a week, premiered 1 episode of Dollhouse and said, watch on Friday for the 2nd episode, put it on after American Idol, just give it a chance.
Give it a shot.
But if you throw something on Friday, can you remember I can, but can you remember the last time a show premiered on Friday that is, still on the air for a while and was successful?
I think the only one you could think of would be the X-Files, and that was years and years.
There's actually one. CSI actually premiered on Fridays,
but it was quickly moved to Thursday
because it was getting okay ratings.
Right.
Like, well, let's see if we can give this a shot.
Yeah.
Fox apparently is run by
crazy people.
Well, we know who it's run by, you know, Murdoch, but it just frustrates me because I feel bad for Joss Whedon too.
Yeah.
Because when is he gonna learn?
He's gotta stop trusting Fox.
Him and like Tim Minear,
yeah,
they've all been burned by Fox so many times. I'm like, I'd like to see that contract that they have. Because are they like stuck at Fox or something?
Here's my question: now that Prison Break is getting canceled and it's done, in the fall before American Idol starts, why can't they put it on Monday nights, pair it with House, or even on Tuesdays with Fringe? Might even be better.
That'd be great.
You know, you got that 2-hour block of Fringe and Dollhouse on Tuesday nights. You know, before American Idol comes, you give it a big sort of a winter finale cliffhanger. You know, while American Idol is doing its thing, and then, you know, once American Idol whittles back down to an hour, they can bring it back. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, I think, you know, House can survive with anything. 24 can survive with anything. Right. And I think they're starting to show that Fringe can survive with anything. I don't know if Lie to Me can survive with anything.
No, and Bones is another one that it has enough of a following that they can put it on Thursdays at 8 and it'll still do okay.
So I'm hoping for the best because, you know, we're still waiting to find out who Alpha is, and there's a huge
lot of questions still out there, so we need the show to stay on.
Oh, I think the other thing, too, we're going back to Dollhouse, is they were saying that we're going to meet Alpha before we even know he's Alpha. So we're going to meet the actor as a different character. And then it's going to be...
There's a lot of rumors out there that Agent Ballard is Alpha, and that's why he's so obsessed with finding
Well, I think if he was Alpha, they would go after him more than they're already going after Ballard. You know, so
that's true.
That's something to look forward to. So hopefully they keep that on the air.
Right.
Something that should be canceled right away is Parks and Recreation, which Stephanie watched live last night. I was having some sort of NBC problem with my TVs. I couldn't...
I think your TV was trying to save
My TV was trying to help me, but I watched it this morning on the internet.
Because here's the problem. Parks and Recreation, Amy Poehler, Rashida Jones, Aziz Ansari, they're all really funny people. This show, just not funny. From the people who do The Office, so you would think. And here's the thing that really got me more than anything last night. They put it between 2 episodes of The Office, trying to give it the best shot they can. But those 2 episodes were also, like, lackluster. So, I mean, at the end of that 90 minutes, I was just like, oh my God, what did I just... That was just a waste of my time to sit through all the... I think your TV was trying to save you. And then I watched a little Southland later. Your TV was saving you from NBC. Your TV's rebelling against what NBC has become.
I wouldn't be surprised. My TV kind of likes me. I've been good to it. So, you know. I just didn't think it was funny. Like, really you walked in when I was watching the tail end of it, and what did I said to you? Like, I wish I could get this 21 minutes, 47 seconds of my life.
And it was the quietest I'd ever heard anybody watching an alleged comedy. Like, there was crickets chirping. It was so quiet. There were no laughs. I felt the same way. I was watching, and it was painfully unfunny.
Yeah, I think the only thing that almost got me to like smile was when he said she was drunk and she dressed up as Batman and he made her go out and, you know, stop a crime. I'm like, okay, that was kind of clever, but the delivery needed something. So
you can see Amy Poehler trying her hardest to do it. It's not working, and trying to focus on this show is dragging down The Office as well.
It is, because they're spending too much time on this show instead of The Office.
I'm saying it's like the 2 mountain climbers are on the mountain and one is dragging the other down. They have got to cut Parks and Recreation loose quickly to save The Office.
And we should get the ratings later in today. We'll put it on the blog with this so you can see just check right underneath. We'll put the ratings for Parks and Recreation, see if it's anything to be saved or if it was a ginormous hit.